get bacon, right? This is where the real disaster starts happening. This is where I need to actually get the form of the baguette going. So, you know, the funny thing about doing a video showing you how to bake something is when you're doing it on the very first time you're doing it, you haven't figured out anything, so you don't know what you're doing. And I think that's kind of the hilarious part. In a way, this is it. This is the baking version of me cutting my hair. Everything I've seen says first you got to do is you got to get the thing into a square or a rectangle, I should say. It's a rectangle because square would be even and it's not. And while you're doing that, you're getting rid of the bubbles. And maybe it's because I used the pizza dough. Intelligent bakers will confirm or deny at this point as you're watching this. But there doesn't seem to be any of that to begin with. And then you start folding it, rolling it down as it were. And as you can see, we're slowly starting to get it into a sort of baguette shape. And then we gotta press it in and then continue to roll it. Now, one of the videos we saw, which was an actual cooking thing, was that you do that. I think you're supposed to get more rolling action to it. I'm not getting a lot of rolling action to it, but the idea is that the dough is elastic, and you need to retrain the dough into being what we would call the baguette shape. Now, they said to continue all the way out to the ends, but it's just sliding on the ends. It's not rolling on the ends, so yeah, whatever. That I think is larger than my pan. But okay, so now we've got the largely baguette shape. They have this thing that the official word for it is, it's called a couche. So the idea of the couche is that we're going to let a final period for it to do what it will do. But the video of the guy that I was watching, he didn't have the couche material, so he just used a cotton pillowcase. So if you were wondering why, Gary, are you using a Batman pillowcase? Well, it's the only spare pillowcase we have. So, again, a little powder. That's because I'm an expert chef here. This is the white powdery stuff that we make the magic thing out of. All right. So again, remembering my own thing, we're making something rectangular out of it as we try and get rid of non-existent bubbles inside this. Does this video make me look fat? Like I care. Alright. See, I'm using the extra powder on the side in the very non-hygienic manner here. And then we begin forming it. Right? Get a little more powder on it. I think this one picked up a titch of the oil from the wrapper. So now, oh yeah, sorry, forgot to do the final seal bit, which is, you know, at this point probably too late. Well, it's lots of fun though. You know, this is like an 8-year-old trying to reinvent Paris after having baguette after having just watched a video of it. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flatten this one out a little bit more, so we can make a super thin baguette. Oh, look at that! It's actually rolling all the way out to the end. Oh, surprise, surprise, surprise! So now this is our makeshift couche, and we put the cover on that, and we leave that for 20 minutes. Let's get baking. Okay, so we've given it 20 minutes. We've now put water in a pan, bottom of the oven. We've set it for 400, so we're just waiting that to heat up. This has been sitting in our makeshift couche. As you can see, it's puffed up nicely. We need to transfer it back into the pan, but so in order to do that, I need to get it out of the pan because we discovered that this is apparently our focus when it comes to cooking, and so yeah, for some reason they put some emphasis on not physically handling it as you get it over. Oh, I got a bit of stickage there. But, you know, I don't really care whether the thing actually looks like a baguette. What I'm trying to do is get as close to it, tasting to a baguette. And more importantly, because this is stage 1 in a test of, as I said, the complete and utter experiment, what is very critical to me is that, oh, jeez. Oh, I see that. That's why they don't want you doing that. All right. Gonna pretend I care now. We just want to make something edible, you know. If it's a disaster, look who baked it. Seriously, this guy baked it. Yeah. So here we've demonstrated as to why you want to use a proper transferring thing. You want to eliminate the misshapenness as much as possible, so you don't end up with this. But this is going to have more character than this. This is just a blob. Very sharp knife. Spray bottle and sharp knife. Why? Well, because we're about to score it. We do want to make sure that we have pierced the membrane on the scoring, because we want it to open up when it's in the oven. So some people actually use razor blades for this. I'm an electric guy, and I don't think an electric razor would, you know. Now let's get baking. Well, honestly, this is the point. This is where we actually let's get baking. Put it in the oven. As you can see, we've got the pan underneath. A little bit of that. So 8 minutes. Let's put 8 minutes. On the clock. We're going to have to pay attention to this one. Not to this one, to this one. For anybody who's experienced in this, you're thinking to yourself, 8 minutes for bread? No. Because at the 8 minute mark, we turn it around, do another little spritz, put it back in, and then we leave it until it's brown. And at that point, we have bread. I'm not going to say baguette anymore. I think we're so far off from baguette now, it's not even funny. But we shall see. We shall see what it tastes like when it's done. We shall see what it looks like when it's done. And I shall show you. But for now, we're just baking. That's what we've ended up with. We've stuck forks in it. It seems to be okay. We don't know. We just don't know. But it's been in the oven for like a half an hour here. We let's get baking, and there's definitely been some baking involved, and all right, that doesn't want to come out. It's possible I didn't grease the pan. Good grief. Okay, you know, it wouldn't surprise me at all if what I actually made was cement. Holy doodle. They did powder the bottom of it. I'm pretty sure this is not the normal thing for a baguette. Yeah, that seems wrong. So what I'm thinking is, because we didn't use the right flour, then had to make a whole lot of adjustments. That what we've actually done is made pizza, and side, maybe. It's certainly a lot softer than it should be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that back in for another, say, 8 minutes, and hopefully crunch it up a bit. Well, instead of putting it in, we decided to test it, and it's definitely cooked. But it's more in common with pizza dough than what we were aiming for. So we baked and we're eating.